video, I'm going to be going over the answers for you to retake the quiz that was on Canvas, but now, with these answers in tow, you'll be able to get a perfect score. Remember, what we are doing is that in each one of these sentences is an underlined and bolded adjective that is in the positive degree. And we are going to convert that adjective into a comparative form, a superlative form, and remember that you are going to be keeping the same case, number, and gender as the original positive, and then into the positive adverb, comparative adverb, and superlative adverb, which, remember, for those, only have one form, unlike adjectives that have 30. So quickly to review, remember the comparatives are easily recognized by IOR in 28 of the 30 forms, and then in the nominative singular neuter and accusative singular neuter, it has IUS. It will have third declension endings. Third declension endings for the comparative. Superlatives, it will have either isimus, rimus, or limus, depending upon what kind of an adjective it is. And remember, all superlatives are first and second declension. So let's take a look at what we have here. We see felike. So we notice that long es is either nominative or accusative. And so the slave ladies who were running hither and thither carried, because we have the perfect stem, the perfect alternate ending, erunt, ere, wine to the lucky dinner guests. Since, obviously, lucky is modified conjugas, we know that is accusative plural. And it actually is masculine. It's a masculine word, but I'll take either masculine or feminine as an answer. So for the comparative, you're going to take the stem, which is phallic, and remember now, IOR, phallic, eor, and we need a third declension ending, accusative plural, phallikiores. That's the form. For the superlative, again, you take the stem, phallic, and then isimus, isima, isimum, but we need it to be accusative plural. So it's either, if you want it to be masculine, dinner guests, it's one of the few first declension words that can be masculine, or I could have also accepted phallikisimas. Either one of those, perfectly fine. Then we go and turn them into the adverbs. Now this is a third declension adjective. How do I know it's a third declension adjective? It has a third declension ending. And remember, what you're going to do is you're going to add iter, I-T-E-R, as the suffix for the positive. Phallic iter, luckily. Remember that the comparative adverb is going to look just like the neuter singular nominative comparative adverb. And thus, or adjective, it would be phallic eus. And then over here, you're going to add isimus, because this does not have an R on the stem, and it's not one of the 6. So it is phallicisi. And then again, os, or no. Those os or a turns into the long e, because that's how you turn a first and second declension adjective into an adverb. Take off the first and second declension ending, and it's just an e. Phallicissime. Look at number 2. We have pulchra. I don't even need the context to be able to tell what the case number and gender of that is. Only one possibility with a long a. Ablative singular feminine. So it says, Cirrus, the Cirrus driving, present active participle modifying Cirrus, the minivan placidly avoided the sports car with beautiful skill. So you want to turn that into more beautiful skill. So you'll take pulcher, IOR, and you have to make it into the ablative. All third declension, or I should say all comparatives are third declension. And so pulchriore, you can see over here. It would be pulchrior, pulchrioris, pulchriori, pulchriorem, pulchriore. That is the form you need for ablative singular. You see how it matches up with the original pulchra. And over here for the superlative, this is pulcher, pulchra, pulchrum. So instead of isimus, we're going to add remus. Pulcher, and then rim, and then it is going to have ablative singular feminine. All superlatives are first and second declension. Pulcherima. Now we move on to the adverbs. Remember that to turn a first and second declension adjective into an adverb, you remove the ending and you add a long e. So it describes how beautifully. More beautifully, remember that the comparative adverb is going to look exactly like the nominative neuter comparative adjective. It will have an IUS, and so therefore you have pulchrius, and then over here, again, it is nothing more than that, with the first and second declension adjective removed and a long E to become an adverb. Pulcherime, in that exact way. So, beautifully, more beautifully, most beautifully, more beautiful skill, and most beautiful skill modifying there. So, let me erase this quickly, and hopefully you have the correct answers. You can pause if you had needed to, or rewind the beautiful nature of videos. And we move on to the next 2 or 3. Now, to pun intended, this one's going to be difficult. Because people will look at that E and think that it is ablative, but it is not. Instead, if you look over here, remember that all third declension adjectives, except for comparative adjectives, are I stems. Difficilis, difficilis, difficile. And so that difficile that you see up there, it's either nominative fake ending E or accusative fake ending E. If it were ablative, it would have an I. Do you see the difference that is here between the ablative versus the I stem ablative? So, difficile, I think it is accusative, but it wouldn't matter because the nominative and accusative would be the same. Hannibal, the one making, because it's modifying the subject, a difficult journey. It's the direct object accusative. These are both neuter. To Italy across the Alps, finally or then or next, will be conquered by Scipio. And so here, difficile. Difficile, that's my stem, with that FACO ending E. And then IOR, but remember it's not IOR, because it is the neuter. Nominative and accusative is the same. So for this one, it is difficilius. Over here with the superlative, difficile. And remember, not issimus, not remus, but one of the 6 it is that requires, as you can see over here, limus. There are only 6 of them. And faculus and difficilus are both one. And so, lim. And you want it to be neuter, you want it to be accusative, and you want it to be singular. So, remember, all superlatives are first and second declension. First and second declension, you go to neuter, accusative singular, difficilimum. And that is the answer you have there. For the adverbs, we like them because there's only one form to worry with. So for the positive, here it would be difficile. Now, this is an irregular in some way, so the answer I'm putting up on the board right now actually is not correct. But I'm going to go with it because I'd rather you learn the pattern. Third declension, turn it into an adverb, iter. Again, that's not a correct form in Latin, but we're not worried about that. Comparative, difficile, and it should look exactly like that because that is the nominative / accusative neuter form. The us and difficile, lim, take off the adjectival ending, and it turns into a long E. Difficultly, more difficultly, most difficultly. Moving on to the next one. A final one for this quiz, mini quiz. Celeres, nominative or accusative. Here, it is going to be nominative plural. It is the subject of the OKC sum. Now, this is the word for fast, but we are substantizing it, meaning the fast ones. So, the fast guys running, having been conquered, perfect passive participle, venco vincere vici victus, by Atalanta, those fast guys immediately were killed, have been killed. So apparently not fast enough. So here, celer, or, and I need to make it nominative, plural, masculine, all comparative adverbs, or adjectives, I should say. All comparative adjectives are third declension. Third declension, they are celeriores. For the superlative, celer, and remember, the ones that end with an R in the positive, as celer does, do not use issimus, but rather remus. So, rem, and I need it to be nominative, plural, masculine. All superlatives are first and second declension. Second declension masculine, nominative plural. Celerimi, ending with a long I. For the adverbs, again, we like them because there's only one form. And so here, positive adverb. Celer. It's a third declension, so again, we make the third declension with iter. Celer, iter. Comparative is going to look exactly like the nominative or accusative neuter. The only ones of all the adjectives that have the form ius instead of an ior with the third declension ending. And so it'll be celer, ius. Just how the adverb, remember here, looked exactly like the adjective because this was the accusative adjective neuter. And that's exactly what it looks like, the nominative or accusative neuter. Nominatives and accusative neuters are identical. And then the superlative, take that, celerim, and remove the ending, and then add a long E to make it into the adverb. So now you are equipped to make a 100. Good luck.